Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome back to your
what up,
favorite
what up, what
wrestling
up?
podcast,
Woo!
the Wrassle Twins. Now, usually I'm joined by the most handsome man on the internet. However, Joe's not with us today. Today we have a special guest. We have
Woo!
Mr. Greensboro Sting, everybody. Yeah, the crowd
Going
goes
on.
wild.
Get my EO with my Sting mask on. Let's go.
Let's rock this out, baby. So listen,
Booker
you sh-
Sting is here.
woo!
Woo!
Now, usually we start this out with a little banter, a little question. Brother, we don't have time for that this week, do we?
No, not at all.
Memorial
Too much
Day
stuff going
was
on this weekend.
the busiest wrestling weekend we've had in a while. We had Under Siege, we had NXT, we had Double or Nothing, we had Saturday Night's Main Event, we had AML Wrestling. Everything was chaos. But your
And I
Wrassle
loved every second
Twins,
of it.
absolutely, your Wrassle Twins are here to break it down with you for the next 40 minutes or so. So, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Greensboro Sting, did you
Yeah,
happen to catch a little show called Double or Nothing this weekend?
I absolutely did catch the anarchy in the arena.
Oh, listen,
Oh my God. The
that
staple in the tongue.
I'm having nightmares about Staples right now. Like anybody who's listened knows I hate the Young Bucks. I absolutely hate the Young Bucks. And this is somebody who refuses to say anything bad about any wrestler. The Young Bucks get on my last nerve. But
The
nobody
founding
deserves
fathers.
nobody deserves what Matthew Jackson got this weekend on his little Matthew Jackson. Just just having nightmares. But the show from bell to bell on the main card was 9 matches, and it was a long,
Yeah.
entertaining show. So I guess we should just start with match one. We
All
had
right.
Mercedes Monet, the agile fighter veteran, versus Jamie Hayter, the powerhouse from the UK. What do you think, sir?
Obviously, Mercedes Monet deserved to win this. She outlasted Hater, and the roll up was a little bit anticlimactic, but overall, this match was sensational
It was
from beginning to
everything
end.
you expect it to be. Hayter is naturally a powerhouse. She's a bigger woman compared to Mercedes Monet, and it was just a fun match. And I feel like it was kind of cheap, but at the same time, it works because it's just like the
Yeah.
veteran just outsmarted somebody that's just got a little less experience than her. And the match that we need to see it all in is going to happen because Tony Storm, timeless Tony Storm, which we'll talk about her match later. I'm sorry to give away spoilers to a pay per view that's already happened. Um, Tony Storm and Mercedes is going to be that needs to main event all in. I don't care about anything
Yeah.
else. That match needs to main event all in.
I 100% agree. 110% agree. That is the money. Like, I want to go down there to Texas now because
Just
that
for
match is
that.
happening. Just for that.
Like Mercedes is arguably, I think, one of the best women's wrestlers in the world, hands down, period.
Hmm.
There's a lot of flack for her online calling her Mercedes Hogan or whatever. You know what? When you're as good as her, you can call your shots too. I believe veterans should get to call their shots every now and then.
I concur.
So
100%.
the right person won that match. So
Hmm.
Jamie Hayter's got a bright future ahead of her. This AEW women's division is really picking up steam. It seemed dead in the water for a little bit a couple years ago, but here lately it's really starting to roll thanks to Tony Storm, thanks to Mercedes, thanks for Hayter and all these other great women on the roster.
Listen, I'm a Willow fan.
Oh, I love Willow
I'm
Nightingale.
I'm a fan, man.
You and me both, friend.
Yeah.
She's incredible, incredible young woman. She's got a future ahead of her. I'm a little bit disappointed with TK that Athena is still on ROH and not on the main screen yet, but we'll give it time. But yeah, that was a great opener for the show. I think it really set the pace for the rest of the night.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to be in the next match to follow, but we had a heel FTR, which is how FTR should be, with Stokely and Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness with Daddy Magic Mac Menard.
Yeah.
And they won by my favorite thing in the world, a submission. Bring back
And I'm
submission
gonna
finishers.
bring back submission finishers, bring back all the Ric Flair Sting type, matches, uh and make them submit, make them not only tap out, make them pass out.
Yeah. And here's the thing, FTR is a throwback gimmick to begin with. They are Arn and Tully 2025, and I love every minute of it. I've loved
Mm-hmm.
FTR since I got to see him in 2016 at an NXT live show in Concord, I believe. It was a really, really small arena called the Cabarrus Arena. It held less than 2,500 people.
Yeah.
That was one of the most fun live shows I've ever been to, and FTR main evented and with Bobby Roode at a 6-man tag. And I got to tell you, that was the most fun match of the night. Those guys know how to control a crowd. They're just old school wrestlers, which is why they didn't work in WWE, and that's okay. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just need some old school wrestling, and that's what Dax and Cash bring to the table.
Amen.
Although I do miss the say yeah,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot to say. I think this match was a good second match on the card. Nigel McGuinness being back in the ring though was a bigger deal than I think AEW really made it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been what 15 years since we've seen him step between the ropes, and in his time, he was supposed to be the guy for the next little bit. He was supposed to be your next Ric Flair and everything, and you kind of saw glimpses of that. And Daniel
Yeah.
Garcia is a great wrestler on the rise. I think he's going to do great things with his career. But FTR needed that win to really solidify that heel turn, which I don't think they ever should have turned face, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people are just meant to be what they are and
Well, see that
feel like, and I love them anyway.
that throwback gimmick that's like I'm better than you just because I'm old school or whatever. No flips, just fists. Used to be their gimmick, right? And
Yeah.
that's perfect for heels because baby faces are supposed to do the flippy doodahs that I don't like, and the heels are supposed to just punch you in the mouth. And I loved it. Anything else on this match, sir? I would give it. I'm forgetting the star ratings, man. I give
We're going out of 5.
Yeah, out of 5, I give Mercedes and Jamie
Yeah.
Hayter 4.5 stars, and I give this match a solid 3.
Yep. 4.5, and I would say 3.5 for me.
Well, this next match is definitely not a 5 star, but I kind of
Yeah.
liked it. Ricochet and Mark Briscoe. I've never seen I've never seen a stretcher match turn into a comedy match before.
Right. Listen, I will have to do that move on you, sir. You got the best ball head in the game right now.
Listen, I've got the matte version. I didn't get downloaded with the shiny version. I got downloaded with the matte, but I think if we tried that trick, we would make it work.
Mm-hmm.
If
Shine your head
this
for a nickel.
if this podcast, if this one gets 500 views and 100 likes, I will let Joe shine my head with Windex.
Yes.
That's that's on
Please, I'm gonna push
business.
this episode real hard.
So I'm going to make this clip, put it on TikTok and everything. If this episode on YouTube gets 500 views and 100 likes, this head's getting shined with Windex.
Yeah.
So, and Travis can put me in the headlock. I don't care. But it was a great match. Ricochet needed to win. What I worry about with Mark Briscoe, Joe, in all seriousness, is feel like he's kind of directionless right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great wrestler. He's not as good as Jay was, and I hate to say that, but like Jay was the meat and potatoes, and Mark's kind of the sizzle and flair of the
Yeah.
tag team. And he does a great job when he's given something, but right now I just feel like he's just kind of we're just going to put him. He's kind of like the Dolph Ziggler back in the day. We're just going to put him in somewhere where he's going to look good, and we're going to keep
Mm-hmm.
going.
He makes you look good. All the blood. Oh my
Oh yeah,
God. Yeah.
and
So
so it was a fun stretcher match. It was what it needed to be. I'm not going to
mm-hmm.
give it any more than like 2.75 stars, and 0.75 of it is from the from the bald head shine from Mark Briscoe. Like, I love that AEW is taking Ricochet because, like, look, as fun as he is to watch in the ring, he's not a talker. So
Yeah,
I'm loving
he's
that
not.
we're just going to pick on this guy for being bald. We have 1,000 other bald wrestlers in the world, but we're just going to pick on this one guy for being bald. And it
Yeah,
was,
we'll do the 2.8. We'll do the 2.8 for this one.
I'll take it. It was a respectable match, but not
Yeah.
terrific. Now, this match is what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Of course, MJF and MVP have to tag along
We
versus the
hurt
Sons of
people.
Texas. We hurt people. That's what we do. And I love Dustin Rhodes. I'm a little on Sammy Guevara, but you guys know on this podcast, we love us some Hurt Syndicate.
Absolutely.
If any
Absolutely.
if any other outcome would have been, I would have rioted. And of course, we had the heel nonsense from MJF, MVP, but it wasn't to the detriment of the match. Sometimes it can be a little much, but this time I don't think it was a detriment of the match. It went a good. I think they could have had a few more minutes. I
Yeah.
think 12 minutes was a little short, but they had 9 matches on the main card, so you got to shorten
Right. So
something
they had
somewhere.
to, especially this next match after this. So
But they had to cut though. Why did they have to cut from? To me, the best thing they got going on the show right now.
yeah.
Like, and I think Swerve's coming. I'm just dropping that Easter egg in there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Okay.
I think Swerve's on the way. I think
Well, we've already
MVP's
talked about how if he is the face of AEW alongside Mercedes Monet, AEW is
yes. And this is nothing more than just pure ability. Like
yep.
Swerve is just incredible. Mercedes is just incredible. These two people could really, if you just put their face on everything for AEW, I promise you, you're going to get somewhere. The catchy song, the catchy gimmick. I'm sorry, we could talk about Swerve here in a little bit, but because I can go on for days of how TK is wasting what he's got in Swerve, and maybe he's just sitting on something and I don't see it yet, but
Release the Kraken if it is, man.
please, because I'm telling you, this dude, he's got it. We've said it
Yep.
before. He could not wash it off of him if he tried. But the next match, a singles match for the Continental
What
Championship,
was the rating for that one?
just because it was the Hurt Syndicate, I'm gonna give it, pretend like it was in the Tokyo Dome, and I'm gonna give it 5. Any Hurt
What?
Syndicate match gets 5 from me.
I'm going 4, man.
From here on out, any Hurt Syndicate match is a 5
All right. Cool, cool.
until they hurt my feelings.
Oh, and they're
No,
going to.
in all seriousness, about 4.25. I'll give it a little bit extra because it's just
Okay.
everything's crisp. I like a good crisp powerhouse match. Shelton Benjamin does all the pretty moves. Bobby Lashley just destroys people. I could eat that up. MJF's just MJF. Continental Championship, man.
Yeah.
Kazuchika Okada versus Speedball Mike Bailey. And I'll be honest with you, I forget about the Continental Championship. Wrestling, all companies have too many belts.
I hate to say it. That championship is one of the ugliest championships I've ever seen.
And AEW has a track record for beautiful championships. That one, though,
yeah, that one
that's like a creative belt on 2K25, man.
Exactly. I was telling Travis, I was like, it's like one of those belts that you create on one of those websites, the print your logo belts.
It looks like one of those belts you would get for like a fantasy football.
Yeah.
It's okay though, because we had Speedball Mike Bailey, who was on the rise, best mullet in wrestling, except for maybe Dominic Mysterio, versus Kazuchika Okada. And Okada,
who is awesome.
He's kind of lost steam, but I think this match is going to help him out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Okada wins. Speedball's not at that level yet, I don't think, to beat an Okada, and that's okay.
And we love Speedball.
We do.
Well, I love Speedball specifically.
I like Speedball as a friend.
Not to make it weird.
But we're going to be weird.
But
the Kazuchika Okada, man, the Rainmaker finisher pops me every time. Finally saw some of that new, like we've been waiting for New Japan Okada to show up, and I feel like he showed up Sunday night at Double or Nothing.
I concur, man. And it was a great match. So great that I'll give it a 4. And I'll be honest with y'all, I'm going to buy this whole show on Blu-ray. That's how good it was.
Yep. I thought it was a great show. I would give it a solid 4 too. AEW, we've said it before. I'll say it 1,000 times. AEW might miss sometimes on TV. They never miss on pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. When the lights are on brightest and they got the biggest crowd, they are never going to miss at all. Mm-hmm. No air balls here. It's all 3-pointers from the corner.
That part.
My favorite match of the night. For just going to quote what a good friend of mine said this Sunday. God, I love AEW. Timeless Tony Storm with Luther, of course.
Yeah, with Luther.
defends her AEW Women's World Title against Mina Shirakawa. I always get her name wrong. I think I got it close this time.
You got it right this time.
Okay. I say some stuff sometimes. I blame it on my accent, but it's just.
And I was and between Mina Shirakawa and Io Scott, that's for me.
We're getting the W's. If you can't tell by the way we speak, we cannot take the South out of our mouths at all. But this match right here, it was a little silly. Like, I love how Toni Storm can take something and make something silly, something serious in like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And the kiss scene around the world, it was like the Mike Tyson kiss on, what was it, Evander Holyfield?
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it on TikTok yet, you're not on the right Wrassle TikTok, because something, it's been everywhere, dude. It's been on TikTok,
man.
Facebook. It was like, am I watching? I think I turned on the wrong AEW for a second.
I loved this match. I loved the ending. I loved it.
And Mina could have won. Like, if Mina would have won, I don't think it would hurt any feelings. But
yeah,
Toni Storm winning gives the outcome we need for All In. I think.
Yeah.
I think there's
that's
more
true.
More meat on the bone for Toni versus Mercedes than there is for Mina versus Mercedes. I think Mina's great, but she's got to build some more with our audience. I think with the American audience, she does have history with Mercedes, not Sasha
we don't
anymore.
Want to disrespect. We don't want to disrespect.
No, that was Sasha's gone. Mercedes is in. I apologize.
You want her back on the Mandalorian?
Yes. I've only watched one season of that show, but
wow.
Anyway, I'm a disappointment, I know. But they have history, but not history. Like, I think Toni Storm versus Mercedes, two ladies that could have been the future of the other company's women's division, doing it on their biggest competition, their biggest rival. I don't want to say competition, but biggest rival right now, I think is interesting, intriguing.
Yeah, it is. And they're great wrestlers, period. Man, women, whatever. Anything. Great wrestlers.
But
and super sweet.
Yeah, Mercedes. Nice people. I met Mercedes and she was super kind, and I was not expecting it. So thank you, Mercedes.
And Toni was at Wrestlecade
this year.
She spoke, yeah, and she spoke, and
oh yeah,
I didn't pay to go see her or anything. I might next time, but she spoke to me. It was just random. So
especially if she's in gimmick, like that would be a fun video to me.
I know, right?
So then it was time to get wild. We got
4.7.
I say 4.5, but yes, I keep forgetting. Yeah, then we
right.
got a little wild. Okay, we got a little crazy.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
So if you did, there's IWC. You guys know how I feel about the IWC. I'm sure Joe feels the same way. It's toxic. We need to get rid of it. But so there's a divide. Either you love this match or you hate this match. There's no in between. And I thought it was fun, orchestrated chaos.
Yep.
And just that fact that we added like Willow Nightingale and some of the women into this made it more fun for me. And the fact that Powerhouse Will Hobbs finally has something on TV.
Right.
Because he is a forgotten, he's great at what he does.
Yeah.
More Will Hobbs, please. But Swerve, the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, Shibata, and Kenny Omega, and with Prince Nana, of course, and Willow Nightingale took on the Death Riders. This is Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Marina Shafir, who honestly, her and Willow tore it down.
They did.
Wheeler Yuta and the Young Bucks.
You mean the founding fathers?
Listen, I may feel bad about what happened to Matthew Jackson, but I do feel like it was deserved. Okay, sir. But I can't say enough to justify how good this was.
Yeah.
To me, I'm just going to say you have to watch it. 5 stars.
5 stars.
For the chaos.
The earring lock, the The
The
use of the
music.
ambulance, let the bodies hit the floor. Like they were fighting to like old school R&B at first or
It was
something
a
like that.
pro wrestling mosh pit
Yeah.
at the end. And Swerve, again, guys, love Swerve so much. The staple gun, though, man, it was like watching old school ECW.
Yeah.
And Swerve
That
is,
match put a smile on my face, man.
dude, it was just so fun. Like, I don't care who won. Like, obviously, the good guys win. I think we're slowly seeing the decay of the Death Riders. Finally. Um, I'm sorry, guys. This has just been like dead to me. This whole storyline. First, it was interesting, but then there's like a fart in church. But it was. What are we doing? It was 35 minutes of chaos, and I'm here for it. I love chaos in my wrestling, and it wasn't too death matchy. That's
Yeah.
my thing. I don't like a lot of death match wrestling because a lot of times it comes off as like untrained guys just trying to kill each other. These were guys that were trying to win a fight. It was a bar fight in Arizona.
The doggone fork to the forehead.
Dude, it was Abdullah the Butcher. Where?
Yeah.
There were so many like homages to some of these old school like brawler hardcore guys like Abdullah, like Cactus Jack, like the ECW guys.
Mm-hmm.
5 stars all day. If this would have ended the show, I think it would have been perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Not saying the main event was bad because it was a different kind of perfect. But in between that and the main event, we had the semi-main, the Don Callis family in a trios match. Takeshita, Fletcher, my boy Josh Alexander. He is going to be the best thing in AEW. Him versus Swerve. Take my money now. I would spend every dime I have to see that match. And of course, Don Callis and Lance Archer in their corner versus the Paragon. Adam Cole, who is looking a little sickly right now. Kyle O'Reilly and my boy Roderick Strong, the messiah of the backbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like this match was 13 minutes of fun. I had fun watching it.
Me too.
Don Callis family is great. Don Callis is an underappreciated legend and manager. Top 10 all-time managers. And then, Paragon, O'Reilly, Cole, and Roderick Strong are just great wrestlers. End of the day.
Yeah.
You
And it
can
was just good wrestling.
Yeah, you can just put any of those guys in any situation and they're going to make it look good. So TK, that was a smart move. It was a fun match. Callis family wins, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you really want to push these guys, and I think they're really putting a lot of effort into making Josh Alexander a big deal, and they should. He's kind of like Chad Gable on the other channel right now. He's just a great worker that can do everything. And yes, rockets to the moon right now. So I'll give this a solid 4.
Yeah, I agree with you. A good solid 4.2 because the next match is also a 5. I'm gonna just give y'all a spoiler.
It's a 5.
It's a
Hangman
5.
Hangman Adam Page, Will Ospreay,
Osprey. Yeah.
and Ospreay. He's the high flyer. Hangman Adam Page is the brawler. And for some reason, when those two styles come together, mind blowing.
Yeah,
And
man.
those two guys know what they're doing. These are younger wrestlers, but they know exactly what they're doing every step of the way. And the right man won.
I agree. And we picked it.
There's more meat on, again, it's kind of like the Mercedes situation. There's more meat on the bone at All In because there's so
Mm-hmm.
much history with Hangman and Moxley of the past 6 years of this company
Yeah,
that Will Ospreay is going to get his time. Get off your keyboards. It is coming.
it's coming.
But this is best for business right now. If AEW really wants to get to that upper echelon, we need to get guys like I love WWE, but I don't want to see another WCW happen to where we're just pushing all old WWE guys. Not saying that because I know Mercedes is a former.
We're
uh,
gonna have to finish. Okay, listen. No more Sasha.
no more
Give me
Sasha.
your hand. Give me your hand.
Ow. This is the peak comedy you guys come here for every week. But I think Hangman, because this is what I want to see. Okay, Swerve and Hangman have been feuding for what, 2 years now.
Yeah.
Put the belt on Hangman. Build up for a year.
Yes. Make it a
Swerve,
long story.
and then next All In. Swerve and Hangman for the belt. Anything goes, falls count anywhere because they can do it.
Yep.
And you will have the match of the century on your hands. And that is not hyperbole.
Hit them with the slow AEW counts.
Yes. These are the two best guys that can do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman's great. All these guys, every wrestler, like, first off, this is a positivity podcast. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and crap on any wrestler unless it's Tongaloa or the Young Bucks. So,
And if you book it, just remember to invite us.
invite the Wrassle. TK, listen. You want us there because we're going to get you up here.
Yep.
We got Joe Hendry on Mania. We're going to get you. That All In's going to be perfect with us. Okay.
Facts.
So that was All In, and I give this A+ across the board. Gangbusters, perfect way to go. But there was so much going on this weekend. Like we had. Do we want to talk about main event or Battleground? Because time's only going to allow us to probably do one.
Let's talk about Battleground because something very specific happened there that was.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Sorry, I got goosebumps thinking about it. I'm sorry.
Saturday night's main event, we could talk about another time.
We got time.
It was amazing. Please watch it. It was great. But this is what we need to talk about right now.
First, we had Sol Ruka, of course. Zarya was in her corner, not Daria, not that show, versus Kalani Jordan. Kalani Jordan's great. She's got a future, but it wasn't her time tonight. This match, I was watching it live. I just got back from AML, Live to Win. Great show, by the way. If you're in the North Carolina area and AML's coming, go watch it. You're going to have fun. But Sol Ruka.
And I couldn't make it because I was at a wedding. But next time.
We love Mitch. I haven't met you personally, but we love you and congratulations, friend.
Congratulations, sir.
So 10 minutes. Let's do this. So Ruka defeats Kalani Jordan in a fun back and forth match. Zarya tries to interfere, but it doesn't work out. But still, you're women's North American champion. My girl Sol Ruka. I give it 3.5. It was a fun match.
Yeah.
It was solid. The women's division in NXT, I think, is the best in all of wrestling right now.
Absolutely.
All of it. Main roster, WWE, AEW, everywhere. NXT has got the best women's roster right now.
They got some workers coming out too.
Yes. And they just keep turning them out. Booker T is really doing a good job with those ladies. And Fit Finley, I believe, still doing some work with them as well. Then we had a 6-man tag, short 6-man tag. Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs, these big old boys, versus the Culling, which is Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Sean Spears with Izzy Dame by their side. 2-star match. It was what it needed to be. Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs needed the win, and Sean Spears did what Sean Spears does. It makes everybody look like $1 million.
I like the name, the Culling.
I do. Nice, isn't that
a cool name?
It's fast. Was it gangbusters? Was it like the trios matches on AEW? No, but it didn't have to be. It was fun to watch. And we got to remember when watching NXT, these guys are in developmental. They're learning. So it's going to be a little bit more raw than what you're seeing on these other shows, but I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
The blood feud between Channing Stacks Lorenzo versus Tony D'Angelo. This is when my daughter and my wife got home. And it was fun because my daughter was watching it and she's like, that D'Angelo guy looks kind of like Roman Reigns. I'm like, maybe he's an Italian cousin. I don't know. But that bloodline runs deep. This match was like a blood feud. Really was. It was one of the longer matches on the card. And it could have went a little bit longer. Channing Stacks beats the Don, Tony D'Angelo, 3 stars. I'm rushing through, guys, because we're low on time. I'm sorry. But this match was everything it needed to be in fun. And then one of the 3 matches I really wanted to get to on this card, Stephanie Vakura and Jordan Grace. 2 women that do not need to be in NXT at all.
No.
They need to be at the main event of every pay-per-view WWE's got coming up because they are great. Jordan Grace is one of the best women's wrestlers up and coming right now. Like, she's right there in the top 5, period.
And Stephanie Baquet is already a legend.
Yes. Chilean sensation, Booker T's favorite wrestler.
Oh,
Bro, Queen Charmel's like, I'm watching this, honey. You know that, right? His phone's going off every week. Like,
right.
You better watch it. The Queen's coming. 4 stars. Like,
yeah,
I can't
stars,
break down
absolutely.
this match and make it sound as good as it actually was. Then Obafemi versus Miles Bourne was Obafemi said on the build up, like, Miles, I'm sorry for your disability, but this isn't a Disney movie, bud. Like, I'm here to crush your dreams, and that's what he did. Obafemi is a monster. Like,
only the Predator can be Obafemi, man.
I don't even think the Predators got him. And again, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, listen to me. Obafemi, Braun Breaker, WrestleMania 42 main event. Yes. You will sell out the arena 3 nights, and it's only a 2-night event. Like, these 2 guys going at it, I would love. This would be a massacre on the best level. Both of these guys can talk, and they work. Please, they work snug, and they can talk. Get myself worked up, bro.
Yeah, get just too excited, bro.
I can't help it. I love me some hoss fights. And finally, we have Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry for the TNA World Championship. 4.5 stars for what happened at the end. I'm not going to break it down. I'm going to tell you this. For the first time in pro wrestling history, a WWE wrestler that is currently signed to the company is the TNA World Champion. It's history. And this is going to build up to an even bigger feud than it already is, and I'm excited.
Right. They've already got matches between him and what's the other star's name? I can't remember.
If you wouldn't have said it, I would have told you.
All I know is this leading to something huge. And Trick Williams is a superstar.
Yes.
So is Joe Hendry. But Joe Hendry didn't need this. He's bigger than the title.
No. He's ready for a main roster whenever his TNA deal expires.
Yeah. But he's already legendary. Everybody already loves Joe. And of
course I love Joe.
And Joe loves you.
So guys, those are 2 of the big events coming out right now this week. Battleground and Double or Nothing. And I'm telling you guys, keep watching us so we can tell you about all these things, because I'm telling you, wrestling now is what it was 20, 30 years ago right now. It's huge. And I appreciate you guys joining from the ride. We popped off last week. I have an idea. Okay.
So since we didn't get to Saturday night's main event, let's talk about it in the comments of this on our YouTube.
Yes.
And let the people on TikTok know and everybody know we're on YouTube. Hit us in the comments so we can talk about Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. And if we get enough comments, we'll do it next week. We'll break down everything, because it was a lot of big stuff happened there. All right.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys. Hit us up on the Spotify, on the TikTok, Instagram, X, if anybody's on X anymore. All the social medias. If you have any questions, if you want to leave us some fan mail, Wrassle Twins Pod at gmail.com. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. We
love you guys. And yeet.
Yeet.